One which is very memorable. I would say it's been a very tough challenge. I had a challenge where it was so intense that I was tasked to replace a 15-year experienced employee. I have to learn it within a month. For that year, the first year, I barely saw the sun. We were making heavy losses and on the verge of shutting down. We were not profitable. We were selling at loss. It was tough. Everyone was demotivated.
First of all, congratulations on winning the Vistage Leadership Award. I want to start by talking about the business. Mapo Industries has a rich industry all the way back to the 1970s. Talk to us about what does the company look like under your leadership today?
Okay, I'll just touch a bit from the history. Our family business started from chemical trading. So with chemical trading, comes the requirement of plastic packaging. Therefore, we started Mapo to support our own plastic packaging solution. From there on, we cannot just depend on own supply. So for plastic packaging, my dad, we ventured into palm oil packaging and all the other chemicals supplying throughout, not just own consumption. From then on, when I took over, we have extended our product range to a more diverse range covering from detergents, lubricants, and more consumer goods so that we can attract more younger talents in the industry because we were very much industrial back in the days. Yeah. So today we are a 50-year company. We employ close to 200 employees. Last year we did 70 million ringgit Malaysian, and we have a production capacity of 3 million pieces per month.
Okay. I want to go back a bit in time and talk to you about, when you first joined the company. I understand you were studying in Australia and you were sort of roped into the business, right? Talk to us about those early days and how those experiences shaped who you are today as a leader of Mapo Industries.
Well, the early days, it's one which is very memorable. I would say it's been a very tough challenge. I had a challenge where it was so intense that I was tasked to replace a 15-year experienced employee. I have to learn it within a month. And for that year, the first year, I barely saw the sun. So I had to start working before the sunrise, till after the sunset. But that built a strong foundation for me and gave me a lot of lessons which I carry till now. And from then on, I moved from sales department onto the plant operations and was tasked to turn around the company. Moving forward, I led the company through the US-China trade war and the COVID pandemic. All these helped shape me and built my core principles, which is persistence, perseverance, adaptability. These are critical for us to move on and press on.
And at one point, I understand that the company was close to shutting down, but you persevered.
Yes.
Talk to us about some of those challenges that you had to navigate.
Yes, we were making heavy losses and on the verge of shutting down. We were not profitable. We were selling at loss. It was tough. Everyone was demotivated. I fortunately am a positive person, so I was tasked and given the task. I accepted the task with a positive mindset. Where we are at, we had many shortcomings. Wherever we had shortcomings, I addressed them, and we have better odds. And things started to improve over the months, the years. I think it was about 2 to 3 years. We got back to break even, and we started making back to the profits.
Okay.
Yeah.
What were the changes that you implemented, if you can share with us, to turn around the company?
We first cut off the non-profitable products, those which are really non-profit making, and focus on selected top products. We right-sized the company, so we did not terminate all local employees, but we right-sized our company so that we are very lean. With that, it was a 1-year exercise. That was the ultimate, which actually helped us break even and then start moving forward and grew. We tried many formulas and which products was delivering more margin and profits. That's where we put more effort and we grew from there.
Okay, now I also want to talk a bit about talent? Because you're in an industry, chemicals, plastics, these are sectors that are not deemed as sexy, especially for the younger talent. So how do you go about making your company appealing to talent and keeping them happy as well?
Yeah, attracting talent is always proven a challenge for us, being our location in Pulau Indah. I call it end of the world. It's really far away. From KL, it's about 70 kilometers. So not many would want to travel far. What we are practicing is to have a diverse work culture. We encourage open communication, and I practice a supportive leadership. Whatever help or assistance, we are open and approachable to them so that they are open. So young talents would feel empowered and respected when they join us.
Okay. Let's talk about the future of the business as well. So Mapo Industries, one of the leading plastic packaging manufacturers. Are you looking into expanding new business sectors, and how do you plan to grow the company further?
Yep. We would like to be the leader in Malaysia first. Therefore, we are expanding our foothold and our product diversifying into more on the consumer products, which are detergent, lubricants, medical, and food. Previously, we were very much in industrials. So now that we move into consumers, we want to strengthen our market share and thereafter probably overseas as well.
Okay, that's a great plan. How do you envision then people talking about Mapo Industries? Because like you said, right now it's still known as the plastic packaging manufacturer, and now you're venturing into consumer product as well. So how do you see the branding of Mapo Industries?
I would see it as probably people would say that, if you want plastic packaging, you must go to Mapo. Okay. They are fast, they have the whole diverse range from small bottles to big drums. They can do sticker labeling, they can do silk screen, they can do InMo labeling. They have short lead time, they have a big warehouse, they always deliver on time.
Okay, well, that's a big ambition, but I'm sure you can do it. Now, the plastic industry, of course, it gets a bad rap because of its association with pollution and waste. So, if you can share with us, what is Mapo Industries doing to reduce its carbon footprint and move more into sustainability?
Yeah, plastic is always having a bad name in media and all. For Mapo, we're doing our part by incorporating recycled products, recycled material into our products. We are educating the people to recycle. We are investing in our machineries to be more energy efficient, which saves up to 30% and consumes less 30% electric. And on top of that, we are also investing in solar panels, which is a renewable energy. Yeah, these are our current practices to reduce our carbon footprint.
All right, fantastic. Now, on a personal level a bit, let's talk about leadership. Of course, this is a business that was passed on to you by your father. How do you think your leadership approach is different from the first generation?
Well, my leadership style is more to curiosity. Okay. We like to experiment and try new things, so I always encourage our team to try new things. There's no right and wrong. If it's wrong, we'll see why it's wrong and we improve from there. So we're always trying new things, and once you succeed, one will lead to another. So a lot of encouragement, trust within bosses and staffs. I will go down to the floor and listen to our people. The people who are on the floor doing it every day, they know it best. So we really have to listen to what they have to say and share. More often than not, they know their stuff, and just that they're not empowered to apply and improve the processes. So we really have to listen to them and help make the changes which is necessary for the company.
Okay. Now, what I found interesting when I looked at your profile and when you joined Vistage, it was 2015. It was actually a year before you took over the business. So can you talk to us about that? Now, how has Vistage influenced your growth as a leader as well as personally in your life?
Well, I would say Vistage has definitely affected myself personally and professionally a lot, in the sense that when I join meetings, I get a lot of perspective, and all this enlightens me because I have more thoughts and more things to consider. with that, I've learned as well to be to have a very good work-life balance, and we communicate very openly to our staff, family, and Vistage members. Therefore, what our thoughts, my goals are actually shared and being supported by them because they know where I'm heading to. And if I actually stray off course, they'll remind, hey Jenson, aren't you heading this way? Why are you going off course? So all these have taught and guided me to be very focused and work towards my goal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, when you do not achieve your goal, let's talk about that. Now, when things get tough, then how do you then personally stay positive and also push through the negativity?
Yeah. Well, being a persistent person, I will always push through. But having Vistage meeting once a month, it energizes me. My members give me perspective and they do not force the solution onto me. So it's up to me what solution I think is best for my situation. So that actually enlightens me and strengthens my energy. Every time after the meeting, I feel energized and happy.
Okay. So for this show, we have a tradition where we ask the person who appeared before you to leave a question for the next CEO or leader that comes on the show.
Okay.
So the question for yours is from Raymond Gunn. He's the managing director of gutsy. So here's his question. How would you pass on the business to your successor without monitoring it for more than 6 months? I know you're still very young to be thinking about passing on your business, but how would you, do so by also being able to step back in that 6-month period?
Well, it's a question I've always pondered. Who will my successor be? It's actually quite close to what my question will be as well for the next CEO. But yeah, I would definitely choose someone who is understanding, who's knowledgeable, who is willing to work hard, and he or she has to really be a people person. The company works well because of our human asset. So someone who is good with people, you can communicate well, you can understand what others' perspectives are, would be someone who I'll be looking for to head Mapo in the future.
All right. So that one last question, then, what would you like to ask the next CEO, Vistage CEO or leader who comes on the show?
My question would be, how confident are you that your team or your company will work effectively in your absence?
Okay, that's a good question. I feel like all of you are thinking about succession planning already in some ways.
Yeah, we've always been taught, no one should be irreplaceable. So I'm confident that when I'm not around, my team works efficiently. So the 9 years, almost 10 years in Vistage, I've been doing that along the way. So I'm confident now that should I be not around, my team would be able to carry on smoothly.
All right, that's fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Jenson, for sharing the story of Mapo Industries and also the big plans that you have for the company.
Yeah.
Thank you. And
Thank you.
Great to have you here. Thank you.